you weren't supposed to hear that. Okay, so first off, I want to thank everyone for the support on my last video. I've even been recognized and forsaken once, and that makes me really happy. So, thank you all. So I'm gonna be covering Elliot this time, basically just like the healer. Even though I haven't got like any comments talking about like if I should do him, he's pretty cool, and also he's like next in the lineup, and I don't want to do Shadletsky, so there's that. I'm gonna be doing this Survivor series alongside my Killer series, but I'm not gonna be combining them in any way. So if I explain a fandom in my Killer video and the same fandom appears in my Survivor video, then I'm gonna explain it to the fullest again, as I don't expect you to watch both series side by side. However, this is my Survivor series, and you are meant to like watch this starting from noob and ending on this, like whoever I end this on. You don't have to, of course. But you may hear me glaze past something because I already explained it in my last video in the Survivor series. Is that confusing? I don't know. If you have a question about that, then leave it in the comments. Again, this is my gameplay, so it probably sucks more in this video than my new video, because I don't really play Elliot. Elliot was the first character I got to level 100, and then I never played them ever again, so this is like my first time going back to them. And of course, if you have any comments, corrections, critiques, or fun facts, please comment them. If I get something wrong, then it helps a lot of people to just scroll down in the comments to see what I missed. And of course, if you like this video, then like, subscribe, and if you see someone struggling to like pay their full order at like Popeyes, then give them a full-time job, okay? Also, I want to say that I'm not going to be covering scrapped or dev-only skins, and that's because they're not in the game, so there's not really any reason for me to cover them, I think. But I might make a video covering them all in the future, I don't know. But as this series continues, there will be skins that I talk about that will be removed. For example, my Jason video. A lot of those skins are going to be removed, so those are essentially just scrapped skins, and as this series continues, we'll be getting more of those scrapped skins. I guess stay tuned for that. That might be sad news, but Oh yeah, and of course, if you don't know who I am, I'm a taco of sunglasses. Now, let's just get on to Elliot. Elliot originates from the Roblox game Work at a Pizza Place. I could literally end my Elliot segment right here. This man has like zero lore in Forsaken. He's just too happy to. Work at a Pizza Place is a very old game. This game came out in like 2008 and is still pulling thousands of players and getting regularly updated. The gameplay of Work at a Pizza Place is pretty fun. It's essentially just a simulator life game where you work at a pizza place. The fun thing about it is the amount of things you could do in it. Like, you don't have to just make pizza. You could run cashier, box, deliver, you could even supply the ingredients. Or you could just do absolutely nothing and somehow break the game, which is usually what I did. Whenever you pick a job in this game, you will get a unique outfit. Note that I couldn't get the outfits to work, so I had to play an older version of Work at a Pizza Place to see that. So you're going to be seeing some of my Pizza Place gameplay from that. Elliot's base design is the uniform you get when taking the cashier role, giving him a cool cashier hat. I don't think Elliot is supposed to just be a cashier though. I think it's more likely they're based on like the poster boy of Builder Brothers Pizza, which is the pizza place you work at in Work at a Pizza Place. Like, if you go to the Work at a Pizza Place game and go through the images, you'll find a character with the same uniform, and they're not cashiering. So I think Elliot does the same thing as that character, where they pretty much do everything, but just wear the cashier outfit. Okay, editor's note. Apparently this thumbnail character just is Elliot in Pizza Place lore. Or at least I'm pretty sure he is. When I was originally doing research for this, the wiki was being hacked, so a lot of the sources were gone. And now when I check it, Elliot Builder is just an actual character in Work at a Pizza Place that appears in the thumbnails. Maybe it's just more misinformation though. The Work at a Pizza Place wiki gets vandalized more times than the actual game does, so I'm like 90% sure Elliot is just canon in Work at a Pizza Place. I don't know, we'll talk about that more in my next few skins. You're gonna be hearing me talk about this game a lot in this video, therefore I don't really want to explain it all that much in this segment. Elliot's the first support survivor you'll get in this game, and he has 4 abilities, 2 main ones and 2 passives. I'm not going to talk about the passives because they don't change the skins. I do like the description for this passive though, because it references this.
Pizza! 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 Pizza!
Elliot's first main ability is Pizza Throw, which allows him to throw pizza in front of him for other survivors to pick up and heal. This ability is the sole reason why Elliots get targeted so much, because of course they would. The pizza that Elliot throws is a pretty common Roblox item back in the day. It allowed you to do this. Elliot's second ability is Rush Hour, which gives him a speed boost for 3 seconds. You have to charge the boost before you could use it though, and you can only charge it by force-feeding people pizzas. Okay, that's it. I'll talk about this guy's lore in my next 4 skins. I should not be saying 4 skins that close to each other. Milestone 1. Elliot's milestones are themed off like a superstar aesthetic, maybe? I don't know. Sometimes it seems more like a car decal aesthetic. The first milestone gives him a star shirt and some star shades, as well as changing his visor to have a sick as hell, totally balls to the walls flame design on it. I was gonna talk about lore in these milestones, like how I covered the noob milestones, but like, I forgot this man literally has like no lore post Forsaken. So I'll just be going through scraps, I guess. So before Elliot was taken into the Forsaken cabin, he worked at Builder Brothers Pizza, which is what the pizza place in Work at a Pizza Place is called. He's known for delivery, but he also does every other job at Builder Brothers Pizza due to it being understaffed. I don't know why he had to though, as I used to go crazy on that chef role. World hunger would be temporarily put on hiatus every time I ran that kitchen. Anyways, Elliot took every job in Builder Brothers Pizza, essentially keeping the place running. He didn't seem to mind it though. Milestone 2. Elliot's second milestone gives him a star belt, as well as some flamey pants. In Work at a Pizza Place, there's a manager role that can give people bonuses and stuff. One of the things they could do is make people Employee of the Day. In Forsaken lore, Elliot has been Employee of the Day every day, or at least for a while. It makes sense though, as in lore, he's pretty much Larry from the Amazing World of Gumball. Builder Brothers Pizza would never recover if Elliot left. Last thing I want to note about this milestone, and the last one, is the fact that the render shows Elliot in the Forsaken cabin, implying they chose to dress in this fit after a while of being there. Milestone 3. The render for Milestone 3 and 4 shows Elliot on a stage. I thought it was originally the Iron Cafe stage, but I'm probably wrong. Pretty much every Milestone 3 and 4 gives the survivor a unique quirk. Be it a unique animation, a face change, a new ability model, you know, just something new that makes it stand out even more. Milestone 3 Elliot is no different, giving them a smile when they're above 50% health, and a unique pizza model that has Elliot throw stars instead of pizza, further adding on to the superstar theme. So in Work at a Pizza Place, the joint you work at is called Builder Brothers Pizza. I assume it was founded by 2 brothers, one of the brothers being Mr. Builder, who in Forsaken lore is the father of Elliot. So like, goddamn, no wonder Elliot gets Employee of the Day every day. Actual nepotism. Milestone 4. Elliot's last milestone has him keep the smile he has in his render and the throwing stars. The most notable thing this milestone has is the Valkyrie wings that attach to his hat. I've seen some people get this and then never use it because the trail makes it easier for the killer to keep track of them, but you know, who cares? It looks cool. Another thing this milestone gives him is this weird Fortnite back bling thing. I don't know, he's such a superstar. I think the reason Elliot is superstar themed is the fact that Elliot doesn't know whether to continue running the family business of Builder Brothers Pizza or do his own thing. I think these milestones could be showing off the I'ma do my own thing path. Before I move on to the actual skins, I want to tell a super sad event that happened in Elliot's past that kind of shapes him into the character we have in Forsaken. Elliot once dropped an ice cream cone once. The world has never seen such tragedy. Lulu. One thing I should mention about Elliot's character is their connection to Cool Kid. Back in Roblox history, Roblox added a pretty strict anti-cheat that is still used to this day. There was an issue with it though. That being, you had to enable it in settings. Some games didn't do that though, one of them being Work at a Pizza Place. Therefore, a lot of people started hacking there. Some people would even go into Work at a Pizza Place specifically to test out scripts they made to exploit. One of the hackers were of course Cool Kid. This skin is based off the YouTuber Best Lulu, specifically her recording of a Cool Kid hack. The hacking wasn't actually from Cool Kid, but rather just someone using the Cool GUI script. In Forsaken lore, it probably was Cool Kid though. Supplier. This skin gives Elliot the uniform you wear if you take the supplier job, meaning Elliot has taken the job as a truck driver before. Fun thing about this skin is the render has 007 and 7 in it. In Forsaken lore, 007 and 7 worked at Builder Brothers Pizza for a bit, and even brought his kid to work a few times. Another weird thing about the render that I just noticed while recording these lines is that the render actually has like a stain on it, like an actual stain. I don't know why it's there. I originally thought that like the stain was just on my monitor, but no, it's actually in the render. I really hope the devs clean this. Milkman. This gives Elliot the appearance of your standard milkman. In the early 1900s, there was a delivery service to deliver milk right to your front door. The reason for this was because back then you couldn't really refrigerate milk, so instead people got deliveries of milk near breakfast, pretty much as soon as it was available. This skin replaces the pizzas that Elliot throws with jars of milk. I'll mention this now, the unique pizza models that Elliot skins have also have unique collision, so these skins actually have a difference in gameplay. Not big enough to actually do anything significant in the game, but sometimes depending on the skin, you can get the pizza to roll a bit, so whenever I say the skin replaces the pizza, just imagine what the collision would be for this model, and that's probably how it hits things in game. The text on Elliot's visor for this skin is referencing an ad campaign that I think literally every company used at some point. The purchase quote when you buy this skin is, "I'm the milkman, my milk is delicious," which is referencing this pretty popular scene in Psychonauts.
I am the milkman, my milk is delicious.
Pizzaman. This skin originates from this comic. The comic originates from @Roblox memes on Twitter. The comic goes,
"You're not doing so well at this job. Have you considered knitting?"
Sorry, sir, I haven't done this in a while.
I guess you could say I'm a bit crusty.
Roblox memes stopped posting around 2017, and I really wonder what gave Forsaken the inspiration to add this, as like, this is very obscure. I'm glad it's here though. Barista. This gives Elliot the appearance of your standard barista. If you're really young, then a barista is just someone who serves people coffee at a coffee shop. This uniform seems to be one Elliot got at the Iron Cafe, a Roblox game made by Iron Enforcer in 2008. The game is a really old hangout where you could play music and dance, or of course drink coffee. You could even serve it, which is cool, because this skin replaces Elliot's pizzas with mugs of hot chocolate. Cake. This gives Elliot the uniform of your average cake baker. This specific skin being a reference to the Roblox game Bake a Cake and Feed It to a Giant Noob, having the render and the purchase quote for the skin reference the game. Bake a Cake and Feed It to a Giant Noob is a very old, very retro game where you make whatever kind of cake you want starting from dough and ending on toppings, then feeding it to a giant noob of course. The only thing I remember doing in this game is turning myself into a cake monster. They even have a cake monster in the Forsaken lobby. I wish they turned them into a killer skin or something, that'd be cool. Bake a Cake and Feed It to a Giant Noob is actually the first game in the Bake a Cake series. There's a remake that's just called Bake a Cake, and it's just way, way better. You can make yourself into a cooler looking cake monster. In Forsaken, Elliot throws cake instead of pizza, as well as changing their visor to say cakes. Casual. In Work at a Pizza Place, you actually don't have to work at a pizza place. You could just stay at home and relax. I mean, you have to spend your money somewhere, right? I'm just gonna assume this is what Elliot wears on his day off. Also, real quick, I just want to mention this. The world of Work at a Pizza Place is really strange. There's only one restaurant on this entire island, and it's Builder Brothers Pizza. There's not even a dock for boats to go. How is Elliot the only one working? There's literally nowhere else for the residents of this island to work. There's a conspiracy going on here, and I'm so close to uncovering it. Bandit. This skin is entirely based off the Pizza Bandit accessory, a face accessory you could buy for 60 Robux in 2018 through 2022. I literally cannot think of anything else to talk about here. If you can, then comment it, because I cannot think of anything. Paperboy. This gives Elliot the appearance of your standard Paperboy, A paperboy is usually just a kid who delivers newspaper to people's front doors. The skin replacing Elliot's pizzas with rolls of newspaper. Basically, you're healing people with pure knowledge rather than food. This skin was made and designed after the mascot of the @Forsaken News Twitter account. An account that gives news on all things Forsaken. It was added to celebrate the account hitting 50k followers. So yeah, congrats Forsaken News. I've been using the skin a lot because I just think it's fun. Manager. In work at a pizza place, if you're patient, you could get yourself the manager role. It gives you a suit and allows you to give people bonuses and stuff. You can't buy the role, but you can buy Game Pass to TP to the manager room whenever the previous manager quits, which is what the description for this outfit is referencing. So besides from every other job, Elliot also works the manager position. But like, how could he get employee of the day every day if you can just give that to yourself if you're the manager? So why is Elliot trying to seem so cool right now? I hate you, Elliot. Baker. This skin replaces Elliot with a baker. You definitely know what a baker is. They bake. I don't feel the need to explain this. The skin replaces Elliot's pizzas with pies, and the pies are pretty big. Like, people have used this just because the pies stand out more and are simply larger. If you are a super tryhard, maybe you should use this. I don't know. I don't really know many tryhards who even play Elliot. The purchase quote for Baker is referencing a scene from The Amazing World of Gumball, where Richard is dreaming about being dough. I don't know if I could play it because copyright. If I can, then I'll play it here.
I'm a bun, I'm a tasty, tasty bun to be baked and eaten. Oh, how fun, you can have me with breakfast, have me with...
Okay, just want to mention this before I move on to the next skin. There's a chance that this skin references Doughy from Amori. I personally don't think so. I mean, maybe. That's a better reference than no reference. If it is, then that's great. I just thought I would mention that just in case this is referencing Doughy. Neo. This skin gives Elliot a cool outfit. The wiki says the shirt is the Svoth IV Crown of Fire Transparent shirt. Pretty cool. The outfit has pretty sick outlines. It really just makes Elliot look Neo, I guess. The render could be a reference to the opening cutscene of Sonic Adventure, and that's pretty fun. I will say the render this skin has is probably one of my favorites, just due to how it looks on the bottom left in-game. Cashier. Cashier originates from Get a Snack at 4 AM by Stixel. If you want a better explanation of Get a Snack at 4 AM, you should watch my GASA 4 player / newbie segment in my noob video. If not, then fine, I guess. Get a Snack at 4 AM is a game where you wake up in the middle of the night starving, and you need a snack to quench your starvation. It has you wander around the map looking for things to snack on, each thing you eat giving you a different ending, and there are multiple endings. In GASA 4, a lot of the endings involve this one convenience store located just outside your house. The person running the convenience store being this cashier. I like this character a lot. There's not really any reason for me to. Just play GASA 4 or GASA 4 Snack Core to understand this guy. Just know, I'd be fine if I was stuck in a freezer with them. In Forsaken, the cashier's appearance is taken from GASA 4 Snack Core, and I'm pretty sure the only difference in design between GASA 4 and Snack Core is his visor having a different design. GASA 4 Snack Core is pretty much just a reimagining of Get a Snack at 4 AM, with Snack Core having more endings and more story. The convenience store in Snack Core has a few items in it that give you different endings, and in Forsaken, the cashier actually throws those items instead of pizza. The items being ice cream, milk, orange juice,
I don't feel so good.
patty, egg, and Orby. I'm not going to show a clip for Orby, as if I did, I'd be spoiling stuff. Funny thing about the skin is, Orby and the egg are, of course, spheres, so they actually roll once thrown, meaning you could kind of bowl your heels towards other survivors. It could be a blessing or a curse, I'll let you decide. Also, if you play as GASA 4 player or newbie and request a heal from Cashier, they'll have unique dialogue, which I think is cute. Retro. Back to talking about work at a pizza place, as this skin turns Elliot into his original appearance back when Work at a Pizza Place was first created. The game is kind of the same, but just way worse. It was more of a hangout rather than a live sim, I guess. The skin gives Elliot retro animations. I talked about retro animations more in my new video, but it's not like I really need to explain them much anyways. It just makes the character's animations look old and retro, as you could probably see from the gameplay in the background. The render this skin has is referencing the old icon that Work at a Pizza Place used to have. Also, apparently the abbreviation for Work at a Pizza Place is WAP, and I'm just not gonna call it that for the rest of this video. Sally. This skin is pretty much exactly like the last one, and also exactly like the next one. There's a reason these all cost the same amount. It turns Elliot into Sally, which was one of the clerks who worked at the dump in Work at a Pizza Place. The dump was just a place where you could buy gears and items. It then changed to like sell furniture and stuff after being closed for like 5 years. So if you went to the dump back in the day, you would be greeted by Sally, and the next skin I'll be covering right now, Jordan. Now what could this be referencing? Of course, this is the second clerk you see when you enter the dump. Both Jordan, Sally, and Retro have retro animations. And also, when they emote, they all share the same face. That being the face that the pizza worker had in the old Work at a Pizza Place icon. The dump is still in Work at a Pizza Place, but Sally and Jordan don't work there anymore, I guess. As now if you go there, Mr. Builder is manning the shop, which is like, why? Doesn't he have a pizza place to run? I can only hope Sally and Jordan are doing alright. Editor's note, apparently Sally and Jordan are still running the dump, but only on Work at a Pizza Place mobile, which is just like Work at a Pizza Place but on the go, I guess. Duet 1. This is the last Elliot skin that is referencing Work at a Pizza Place, and it's of course the creator of Work at a Pizza Place, Duet 1. Duet 1 has a unique face. I usually wouldn't mention that, but I wanted to here just because I like them, as they're all emoticons. Duet 1 also has played Forsaken, and he has it in his favorites. I just think that's pretty neat, as this is essentially Elliot's father. Alien. This just turns Elliot into an alien. I would end this segment right there just for funny, but I know someone would get mad. There was a meme not so far back where people edited cats to look like aliens. Sometimes with audio playing, that would just sound like weird high-pitched gleebs and glorps. Norpy is a pretty popular example of that. Alien Elliot also makes weird alien noises when throwing his alien pizza. The noise originates from this video of a Zoom call.
Hey, any questions before I go on from here?
The skin also has unique request lines that make him talk like a weird alien thingy. More gleebs and glorps. This skin was released alongside a skin for Chance that pretty much follows the exact same theme. Nyan. This skin turns Elliot into Nyan Cat. I'll show the reference right here. And that's it. That is the deep lore of this character. In 2011, the video I just showed you popped up on YouTube. It became very popular for the time. As of recording this, it currently sits at 10 million views. It was created when a man named Christopher Torres was doing a Red Cross donation drive in 2011. He was doing a drawing livestream when two people mentioned both cat and Pop-Tart. So, like a sleeper agent hearing their activation phrase, they made Nyan Cat, accompanying the GIF with a Vocaloid pop song. If you wondered why the reference I showed had no music, it's because the song falls under copyright for some reason. The Forsaken skin has Nyan Cat throw Pop-Tarts instead of pizza, and gives them a cool rainbow trail that follows them. This skin is as close to Nyan Cat as you could get it. Nyan Cat also has custom request lines, being kinda like cat-like, I guess. I don't know if you'd quantify this as furry speak. I will say, one of Nyan Cat's lines referenced the "I'm a fire in my laser" meme. If you know that, then you know that. Supermarket. This gives Elliot the appearance of the supermarket employee in Escape the Supermarket Obby. Escape the Supermarket Obby is as standard of an escape the blank obby as you could get. You spawn at the entrance of the supermarket, and you get to see this gal say, "The manager has gone mad. The shop isn't getting enough sales, so he locked all the customers in." Which is what the description for this skin is. This supermarket character appears throughout the obby just to give you hints and tell you to keep moving forward. Standard obby stuff. I do want to say, I don't really know where the original supermarket obby is. I mean, like, I'm assuming it's the one I'm showing gameplay of, but there are like hundreds of the same game for some reason. The Forsaken skin replaces Elliot's pizzas with random supermarket items, most of them being from the Cashier skin. The only one not taken from the Cashier skin is this can of beans, which comes from the Tom skin that I'll cover soon. Messenger. This is an original skin that gives Elliot the appearance of a Greek messenger god, aka Hermes. In all Greek mythology, in the 2 pages that aren't related to sex, the gods need back and forth messages between each other. I say messages, but they mostly transported like blessings and ideas and the occasional snake. The ones who delivered said messages were other gods, whose specific purpose was to deliver messages. This skin in Forsaken is more of an original character. Like, there's some lore for this guy. I don't know how important it is to Forsaken as a whole, so I'm just not gonna mention it. It's all really just facts and stuff anyways. The idea for the skin came from a game theory video where Elliot is compared to Ark, another messenger god in the Greek mythos. I didn't know game theory did a video on Forsaken, let alone 2 videos on Forsaken. The whole video is just going through the current Forsaken ARG and looking over the 8 survivors at the time who could be associated with it. The idea of even implying Elliot could be possibly evil is crazy. As I mentioned before, the saddest thing that has happened in this man's life is his loss of an ice cream cone. Anyways, besides from the cool look, Messenger throws letters at people besides from the usual pizza. Ellioto Spaghetti. This turns Elliot into Peppino from Pizza Tower. Just from the name Pizza Tower, you could probably guess why this is a skin for Elliot. Pizza Tower is a very, very fast-paced 2D platformer with a very silly protagonist. In the game, you travel through worlds to climb the Pizza Tower and save your restaurant. It's a little weird at times, the things you go through to climb said Pizza Tower. Like, the amount of silly in this game is immeasurable, and I think that's awesome. I recommend this game. The game's movement is pretty iconic. There's a dash ability that makes you go like 1 million miles per hour. If you go past Mach 3, Peppino will make this sound. This is the same sound Ellioto makes when using his rush hour. Also, the laugh sound that plays when you throw a pizza as Ellioto is the same sound in Pizza Tower when Pizza Face laughs. Last thing I'll mention about this skin is that it has custom request lines, all making Ellioto seem more like his Peppino counterpart. I don't want to talk too much more about Pizza Tower, not because I'll be like heavily spoiling stuff, it's just that, you know, I really want you to play this game. Play Pizza Tower now. Parlor Gubby. You know them, I know them, it's Gubby. In case you somehow don't know what this fat bunny is, then here's an explanation, I guess. In Forsaken, there's some killers that are locked behind a dev wall. Don't feel bad, as they're all pretty much just reskins of other killers with some changed abilities, or they're just super broken. A few months ago, from when I'm recording this, someone posted a picture of this fat bunny wielding a shotgun with the text, "New dev killer idea." For some reason, everyone loved this. This bunny, which is now named Gubby, appears in many games now. You might have just seen this thing around if you don't even play Forsaken. Also, it did eventually become a dev skin, so, you know, it's pretty cool. The Forsaken devs must have realized they were sitting on gold, so they made a survivor skin for Elliot that is a Gubby. This specific skin being based on a line of UGC by Amoni I'm Yeah, the creator of Gubby, that are Gubby popsicles. The Elliot skin throws said popsicles instead of the usual pizza, and Parlor Gubby even varies between fur color at the beginning of each round, to mimic that of flavors changing. So yeah, Gubby. Medic. Medic is a skin that came from the Doomed to Die collab, alongside some other skins from that game. Doomed to Die is a wave-based zombie survival game that is heavily inspired off of Left 4 Dead. If you played Left 4 Dead, you pretty much played this. The only real big difference that separates this from Left 4 Dead is that in Doomed to Die 2, you could pick between an assortment of classes, each one having different abilities and stuff. One of them being, of course, the Medic, who spawns with heals as well as being able to place a healing tower. I would talk about this game more, but there's not really too much to talk about, as this game is super early in development, like alpha. There's only one level in this entire game if you don't count the sandbox. And the level seems more just like a showcase of what the game has rather than a full-on experience. In Doomed to Die 2, they use a lot of sound effects from Team Fortress 2 and of course Left 4 Dead 2. When you use a medkit in Doomed to Die 2, it makes the same sound effect that it does in Left 4 Dead. In Forsaken, Elliot's pizzas are replaced by the medkit, and whenever they're picked up, it makes the same sound the medkit uses in Left 4 Dead. The Doomed to Die collab is seen in some other skins as well, for characters like Builderman and Guest 1337. And since it's a collab, you can get Forsaken skins in Doomed to Die as well, such as this Elliot skin for Medic. You'll be hearing me talk about this game more later in this series, so I really hope the game gets more content so I could talk about the game more in those segments. Tom. Back in Roblox history, you could buy advertisements for your game that could appear in the Roblox homepage. You can't do this anymore, I'm assuming because we actually can't have fun anymore on modern Roblox. Tom comes from an advertisement that was posted by a Roblox game called Apocalypse Rising. I don't need to talk about the game, as the Forsaken skin really just references the banner ad they put out. The ad is in comic form, so I could probably just read out the entire thing right now. Wait, I'll give you ammo for beans!
Okay, it's my last one, but you need to help me fight off these zombies.
Thanks, Smith. As Tom and Smith fight on, they become a good team. Hey Smith, I found beans!
Find any ammo, Tom?
No ammo at all. What about you, Smith?
Oh, just one mag.
This comic sucks. Yeah. Wow, that was hilarious. The Forsaken skin replaces Elliot with Tom, of course, while replacing his pizza with a can of beans. The render for this skin also references this specific panel in the comic. I like this skin a lot because it has thick outlines, as it's trying to mimic the comic art style. You could really see how much work has been put into the skin just from the face alone. They went hard on this skin for unknown reasons is what I'm trying to say. Friend. Friend originates from Just Shapes and Beats, an action rhythm game developed by Berserk Studios. Just Shapes and Beats is a really fun game. You play as a little shape trying to save your shaped friends from an evil red shape, who's corrupting the entire world that you inhabit. It also has some pretty sick music. The game really is just shapes and beats. At a certain point in the game, you come across this square guy. He's pretty chill, but then suddenly the big red circle guy decides to ruin everything. The big red circle guy being named the boss. And they also appear as a killer skin for John Doe titled Annihilation. If you want to hear me explain that, then you should check out my John Doe video. Also, I know a lot of people call this character Blixer, and I really don't know why, as that word has never been said anywhere in Just Shapes and Beats. I think people just saw this and said, yeah, Blixer is a good name for that thing. Anyways, the boss corrupts the poor square, and you have to fight to free them from the corruption. When you save them, they get some cool cat ears and stuff, and help you take down the boss. There's also a unique last man standing theme, when both the friend skin and the annihilation skins are the last ones in the match, which references when you have to fight a corrupted friend in Just Shapes and Beats. Friend's design in Forsaken is inspired off his design in The Pink Corruption, a fan-animated series of Just Shapes and Beats by Lucas the Dubber. I guess their design in this series explained why the Elliot skin always has their hand up like this. In The Pink Corruption, the base story is kind of the same like JSAB, where a group of heroes try to stop this corruption. The square character isn't one of them, I guess. He's more just like a guidance figure in the show, I guess. I don't know. I didn't watch this. Gummy. This skin gives Elliot a fate worse than death by making them gummy. It makes them semi-transparent as well as replacing their pizza slices with gummy bears. I Feel like there's a reference here, and it's not the Gummy Bear song. Why would his render be this? And why would his purchase quote also be this? I don't know. This is Elliot's most expensive skin, so I just feel like there should be more to talk about here. If you have anything, then please comment it. Okay, fun thing about this skin is that when it came out, you could originally use your transparency as Gummy Elliot to see where the killer was through walls. It essentially gave you X-ray hacks. It really only worked if killers who had a lot of effects though. They since fixed it. I just thought I'd mention it so this segment didn't seem too short. Rudolph. Now we're getting onto the special skins, aka skins that have this cool rainbow border around them. You can only get them via a challenge or by getting them at a specific time. This one only being available near December. The skin giving Elliot a reindeer hoodie, and of course a red nose. You probably know who Rudolph is. He's Santa's most popular reindeer. Nobody cares for a Donner, everything is just Rudolph. The only cool thing Rudolph ever did is have a fun song based on his shiny red nose deformity, and he's kind of been holding on to that little bit of fame, even though no one really cares at this point. Mercurial. You could only get this skin around Easter. It themes Elliot after the Mercurial egg. Roblox used to do egg hunts every year near Easter, or at least good egg hunts. They happened about every year, and it consisted of Roblox publishing a map where you could explore and collect eggs, or just go into other Roblox games and collect eggs there. If you collected an egg, then it would be added to your inventory as an accessory, and you'd be able to wear it as a hat. This egg coming from the 2014 egg hunt. You could only get the egg by climbing on the rooftops of buildings. The egg could move from rooftop to rooftop, so you either had to be pretty fast or predict where it was going. I'm guessing it's a skin for Elliot because of his rush hour ability that makes him go pretty fast. Not to mention the Mercurial egg itself being based off the Flash's helmet. No, not that Flash, this Flash. Mercurial also throws chocolate eggs rather than the common pizza. Also, the description for the skin is the same description that the Mercurial egg has. Treehugger. I don't have this skin, as you could only get it by buying it around Earth Day via the Earth Day Game Pass for 400 Robux. All the proceeds going to charity. I didn't buy this because I hate the Earth, and also out of pure hate for the developers at the time. I just want to make it clear how much I hate soul-driven love, and I did not trust them at all to pass money through them. Anyways, Treehugger gives Elliot a cool green, you should recycle look, while also replacing their pizzas with a potted plant. Artist. I don't have this skin either, but trust me when I say, I tried getting it. You could only get it by participating in a Forsaken art contest. It's the contest that decided what posters would appear in the lobby. And even though I did participate, I guess I didn't participate well enough. It's not like I need the skin though. I mean, like, come on, it's not like I need the skin though. Like, come on, it's just a skin. I've already moved past it. The skin gives Elliot a cool artist look, as well as the render showing off his art skill, which is pretty good. I'm glad Elliot likes to draw. Okay, that was every Elliot skin. A lot of those were kind of just references to themes rather than actual characters. I was kind of just filling up my script with random shit. So sorry about actual random yapping about the Neo skin. My next video is going to be on a killer, that being Cool Kid. And after him, I'm going to be doing another video on a survivor. I'm either going to be doing 007 in 7 or Shedletsky. I'll let you decide though. As an hour after this video comes out, I'm posting a poll where you can decide which of these two I cover after Cool Kid. Also, if you like this video, why not like and subscribe? I'm pretty close to 10k. Can we hit that? That'd be kind of cool. Okay, this is the part in the series where I thank people. First, I want to thank the Forsaken Wiki. They helped me a lot, like too much, like way too much. This series is essentially like the audiobook wiki for the most part. And then I want to thank Dexnox for the music. They made some bangers. Go check out their channel. They make some cool beats. And also they're letting me borrow their microphone. I'm not really borrowing it. I'm just kind of there and he's forced to watch me record. And also I want to thank StarClone for gaming. Yeah. Hey guys, I said that weirdly. I want to thank StarClone for gameplay and for drawing the icons that are used to tell which series is which. I asked him to make those because I like the idea of these being separate series, like both survivors and killer skins being separate things you could like indulge in. So I'm glad he made little icons to differentiate which one is which. And besides from StarClone, there's also some other people that also help me with gameplay. First, Chair, Goopy Chip, Airy HFJ, and Not a Wizard. Ari is also the person who voiced this comic for me. I really just asked someone in like a server I'm in, like if they could voice, and they did it immediately. So, you know, thanks. And then I want to thank Forsaken. Thanks for making a game I really enjoy. It means a lot. Anyways, I want to thank you guys, aka the viewers. It means so much to me that you would sit down and listen to me yap. Even though a lot of the Elliot skins are more just themes rather than references, it means so much to me that you would sit down and watch this entire like 40-minute video or however long this is gonna be. A lot of people tend to just skip to one part of one skin that they want to see, and that's cool. That's also really nice. Thanks for that also, but it means a little bit more if that you sat down and listened to me yapping just for fun. So thank you. That's my video. Go check out that poll, and also go check out some of the other channels I've linked. They're pretty cool people, and they help me a lot, so it'd mean a lot if you supported them as much as you support me. And since you made it to the end of the video, take this drawing I made. It's not a good drawing, I made it in 5 seconds, but you know, at least you can give it to people and so like they know that you watched this full video. The full Elliot video at that. My new one seemed a little cooler than this one, not gonna lie.